A Monte Carlo rally is about roads. A Monte Carlo rally is about cars. But what makes a Monte Carlo rally different is maps. Let me emphasize that a Monte Carlo rally is not a race. It is not like other car rallies. You do not follow sequential instructions like right at stop, left first opportunity, etc., while trying to calculate your correct time. You do not have to look for clues or answer questions. You do not have to collect silly objects.
It's a fun game. It really, it's like playing a board game on a really large board. This is all it really is. You're really just playing this big board game.
What you do is find the checkpoints going in the right direction and at the right time.
What the hell do we do now?
It had to be checkpoint 11.
Can't be. I'm telling you, we were.
Let's go back through and ask him.
Okay.
You use the instructions and official maps to figure out where the checkpoints are. Your instructions tell you in advance exactly when you must cross each checkpoint. That time is called a true time, and it's given to the 100th of a minute. If you cross the checkpoint either early or late, you receive 1 penalty point. For each 100th of a minute, you're off your true time. The maximum penalty you can receive on a given leg is 500 points, which equals 5 minutes either early or late. Cars are timed 1 minute apart. Monte Carlo rallies are divided into sections called legs. Each leg has a start point called a standoff. The location of the standoff for each leg is marked precisely on the official maps. The instructions also identify the standoff locations, plus they tell you the direction you must enter and exit each standoff. If you enter or leave a standoff or checkpoint, except as specified in the instructions for that rally, here's a car that got it wrong on a checkpoint. You will receive a penalty of 500 points for that leg. Also, according to the rules of Monte Carlo rallying, you must go to the standoff for a given leg before you go to the checkpoint for that leg. If you arrive at the checkpoint and have not yet gone to the corresponding standoff, you will receive a 500-point penalty, known as a max. There is another very important reason to go to standoff first. When you check in with the workers at a standoff, generally they have additional information on the location of the checkpoint. Remember that the standoff locations are marked exactly on the official maps. However, the checkpoints are not marked at all on the maps. The point of the game is to find them. The instructions will usually tell you what road or roads each checkpoint might be on, and in what direction you must enter and leave each checkpoint. By the way, checkpoints are also called end markers. Once you're out on the course, you must use the information given to you at standoff to determine more precisely where the checkpoint is. On daytime legs, they generally just point it out to you. They may use a visual reference, in this case, a red flag. Or they may use photographs, marked with arrows to indicate the checkpoint location. On nighttime legs, they usually show you a flashing light somewhere off in the distance. Here's a situation where there were standoffs for 2 different legs at a single location. Consequently, they showed you 2 photographs. Most people try to take compass readings based on these sightings. Since the standoffs are marked exactly on the map, you can plot your compass bearing accurately. Where the compass bearing crosses the checkpoint road is usually a pretty good indication of where the checkpoint itself is located. However, if you don't know how to use a compass, don't worry. Novices get extra written handouts at the standoffs. At standoff, most entrants try to collect their information and leave as quickly as possible. Another rule specific to Monte Carlo rallying is once you leave standoff, you must not stop before you cross the checkpoint, except for the following reasons: as required by law for stop signs, traffic signals, and so forth, or to enter another standoff or checkpoint. Standoffs are sometimes taken out of order. However, although you may not stop after standoff, if you find the checkpoint before your true time, you may pull off the road and creep until it's time to cross the hose. Creeping is the art of moving as slowly as possible without actually stopping. After you cross the checkpoint, you pull up to the timing car where you receive your end time, the official time on which you will be scored as having crossed that checkpoint. To summarize, the task of the entrant is to use the official maps and instructions to plan and execute a course which takes them through each leg of the rally, first going to standoff in the right direction, and then crossing each checkpoint in the right direction and exactly at the correct true time for that leg. Now, let's look at how an actual rally is put together. First, you go to the start location in time for registration. You get the start location and registration time from an ad, a flyer, or by calling the event's telephone information number. At registration, we get your name and address. You sign a waiver and pay the entry fee. Each car must have a driver and a navigator. Then, at the appointed time, each car is given official maps and instructions. You're generally allowed a couple of hours before the rally actually starts to read the instructions and plan your route. You're allowed to work together before start, so some people have formed teams. But some people prefer to work alone, and everybody comes out to have a good time. Here's how you plan your routes.
All else fails, read the instructions, right?
That's right. Most people use colored markers to highlight key things on the map. The standoffs are marked on the maps, and you use one color to highlight them. The checkpoint roads or areas are indicated in the written instructions. You have to look them up on the map for yourself. Use another color to highlight the possible checkpoint roads. Once you've read your instructions, marked your maps, and checked your distances, you play connect the dots. That means you try to find the most direct and quickest way to get from point to point, and then finally highlight the actual route you plan to take. If you're working with a team, you can compare notes.
Right, then we're going to continue out. Standoff 3.
Right.
Head down here. In marker 3, we expect here.
Right.
Go around, so take the short road. Pick up 4.
Right.
Go around, have the loop. Pick up 5.
Agreed. Also, if 4 was here, could we also go down this way to pick up 5?
4 is heading away. So I guess you could go.
do a redo. Would it be faster and that way we can cover the whole road?
Let's check that.
That's a question.
Then you're ready to load up and start the rally. What do you bring?
For a rally, every creature, comfort, and piece of equipment possible. Parallel rules, navigating. We have maps. We have maps for basically most of Southern California.
That's great.
Spare battery packs. Scotch double-sided tape. This is like the rally still life right here.
Yeah, it is.
Clocks, watches, WWB, what more?
The minimum equipment is an odometer of some kind, stuff to ride on, some kind of light inside the car, and some kind of clock. A regular watch is fine, especially if it's an accurate digital type that counts seconds. Some people like simple digital kitchen timers. These allow you to set both minutes and seconds on the countdown function. This can be an advantage when you're creeping into a checkpoint and want to count down the time until you cross. More advanced entrants use fancier clocks. All of them do the same thing, tell time. Timing on these rallies is made accurate by synchronizing all clocks to the national shortwave time frequency.
At the tone, 20 hours, 29 minutes, coordinated universal time.
It's hard to run a rally without some kind of odometer. A resettable trip odometer is a big advantage. A clipboard and notepad are all you really need to ride on. Some people use an extra one to hold their maps and/or instructions. Some people make inexpensive lap boards with everything in the world on them. Other helpful stuff includes a set of different colored markers for the maps, a hiking compass for taking bearings at standoffs, a calculator to add up mileages, and a set of binoculars. More advanced entrants make or buy scroller boards that hold all the instructions in rolls, but these aren't really necessary.
That's our video camera. These are our computers. Got a compass, map light, reader board, countdown timer. Here's the beep.
That's so sweet. I like that. Well, we don't take this seriously.
So you're at the start. You've figured and planned your routes. Your clock is set, the car's full of gas. You're packed and ready. You line up at the start. You leave at the official start time plus your car number. The rally you're watching had a start time of 2 p.m. Car number 1 left at 2:01. Each car is given a control card to record the various times for each leg and for the workers to initial at start and standoffs. So, at the start, the worker initials your control card. You leave at your correct out time and head off for standoff 1. Now let's look at a sample leg from an actual rally. The instructions say, leg time, 21.00 minutes. Standoff, located on 70th Street East, approximately 0.6 miles south of Avenue K. Enter from the north. In marker, located on 70th Street East, south of Standoff. Enter heading south. Let's see where that is on the map. Here is the Standoff. Here is the section of road south of Standoff. 70th Street East dead ends at Palmdale Boulevard, so the checkpoint can't be further south than that. The map shows 3, 1.5, 1, and 1, for a total of 6.5 miles between Avenue K and Palmdale Boulevard. The instructions say that the Standoff is 0.6 miles south of Avenue K, so you can subtract the 0.6 from 6.5 and get a maximum of 5.9 miles south of the Standoff that the checkpoint could be. On this particular leg, most people got to Standoff with about 9 minutes left. You only have to do about 40 miles an hour to go 5.9 miles in 9 minutes. Here's how the leg looked to an actual contestant.
That's the only 70th Street.
There's a 70th Street West, too. You know, on top of it, right?
Yeah, it's 70th Street East.
Oh, yeah, one. Now, what, do I go up just a little bit and turn?
No, heading away from Standoff 14th, which is this. We're 9 minutes out. Maybe we're like way too soon. Maybe go slow, Rich. I mean, go way slow. Isn't that it? Just right there?
Where's the box? I don't see. Okay, we're on the way into the end marker. You can see up ahead, in front of the maxima in front of us, there's a flashing light. Now. And now. And now. And it appears to be quite far away. Probably designed to mislead us as to its actual location. And these guys in front of us are car 23, so they're 3 minutes ahead of us. Well, we think we need to maintain about 30 miles an hour. They're conscious that they would have put the, they're slowing down because they might have put the end marker right here at this dip. So we're going to pick up the pace again. Right along, because I got a feeling it's going to be as far down the end of the road as possible.
Yep.
About 6 miles total. And they're already late, probably. Or very nearly so, right?
Yeah, we're coming up on 4 minutes.
So they're on their minute. They're coming up on the minute. So
that's 4 minutes for us.
That's 4 minutes for you and me. This is 14. This is our final leg. You'll notice that the guys in front of us, of course, are about to be late. And we are going to try like hell not to be late by picking up the pace a bit. I think we'll be able to make it without any problem. But these guys, I'm not so sure about. Are they on their minute now?
That's theirs.
Now 3 minutes out, and you can see by where the brake lights are that where they flashed them. Just to the right of that box is where the right to the left of the light is where the box is. So now we can creep with impunity. There's Mr. Flashing Light, and up ahead you can see the box.
within 2 minutes.
Within 2 minutes. I'm gonna just kind of ease up there. We're in no real rush. You can see the reflective thing. All right.
20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
That was pretty close. That was pretty close. We shall see how we do. Good evening. 26.
Now let's review. Each leg consists of a standoff and a checkpoint. The standoffs are marked exactly on the official maps, but the checkpoints are not. However, the instructions do give you some information about required direction of entry for the checkpoint and about the possible checkpoint roads. You must go to the standoff for a given leg before you go to that corresponding checkpoint. You must enter and leave both standoff and checkpoint as indicated in the instructions. Between standoff and checkpoint, you must not stop except as required by law for stop signs, signals, etc., or as allowed in the rules. However, while you can't stop, if you get to the checkpoint early, you are allowed to pull over and creep until you reach the time to cross the hose. The time you are supposed to cross is called a true time and is given to you in the route instructions for that rally. Standoffs may be taken out of order, but checkpoints must be entered in chronological order. All times are taken in hundredths of a minute, and the worst you can score on any single leg is 500 points, which equals 5 minutes. The car with the lowest score at the end of the rally wins. There are different classes, expert, regular, and novice, based on experience. Trophies are awarded in each class. Well, there you have the basics of Monte Carlo rallying, the most fun you can have with your seatbelt on.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, this is a pretty cool. Valley of Fire State Park.